to devalue it, further devalue the effort of hardworking people. It's mental. Listen, let me take another one. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much
for calling in.
Thank you. God bless
and you stay safe.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
I have another caller. A great way we can do it chap, okay, and make sure that a lot of people have the chance of contributing this evening, okay? Here is another. Hello.
Oh, hello, Biafra. Oh, hello, Dudu.
Oh, El Biafra. Bro, it's been a while. How are you?
I'm good, my good. I just been busy, you know. We're out here working, trying to support people back back home in the zoo, you know, left and right. But we're here, you know. I get a little frustrated. I'm not able to watch you live. Yeah, I appreciate you. Yeah, today's show is phenomenal because you touched on a lot of key things that people forget to see, or they're not able to, you know, comprehend or think, because they've kept them in a situation where they're boxed in, you know, and able to think critically. So they use church and everything else to just keep everybody down and distracted, while the puppet masters are controlling the puppets, which is their so-called leaders. They all have CIA ties from the beginning to the end. They're all from Obasanjo, all of them. They all have CIA. They're all CIA assets, more or less. But
this particular one seems to have been like more evil in a way that we've never seen before, man. This is
yes, it's all by design. This is what they want. They have to keep everybody down. They cannot allow any African nation to succeed, and they will not allow it. And anything they can do, they'll kill. Just like with Gaddafi, they tried everything to kill him. So many times. And they finally got him because of, you know, but everybody was saying, oh, Gaddafi was bad. People turned on him. No, it was a CIA operation because Libya was the most prosperous country in Africa. And they were afraid of it spreading, with the gold dinar being the standardized currency, you know, which would have made it much powerful. Africa would have been much powerful and be in a better position to control the economy, and the economy will collapse. So that's what's happening now. When you have BRICS, BRICS is another threatening thing. They'll try anything to bring BRICS down, you know, or they'll try to infiltrate some of these countries to control them and keep the government from partaking in BRICS. So this is all inside thing. I voted for Donald Trump 3 times. Okay, I like Donald Trump because of a lot of things that he speaks that I can relate to. He speaks my language, but let's not get it twisted. He has donors. He has supporters of people of interest. So for us thinking that he may release some of the CIA, how can I say, cables to now be able to see what Tinubu has been up to, I highly doubt it, because there's a lot that is in play. And he, like he said many times before Trump, he had friends that have gone to Nigeria poor and came back rich. So we must keep that in mind. That
we must manage our expectation and all that.
Exactly.
When it comes to this, America that. You know, that's why I always put it as I hope and I really do wish. It's because we all know that what comes first is America's interest, and it doesn't matter who is there. True.
Absolutely. And then some of the people now that he's planning to put in his cabinet, a lot of them are war hawks, which are warmongers. They love war, and I'm very disappointed because I thought you were going the other way. But it seems like
that's because that's one of the things that his supporters, his base, have always been like up against.
Yes, yeah, that's why I've not been happy for the past couple of days, because some of the people that's appointing right now, they're actually going to work against them if care is not taken. You know, so it's for us to see what happens.
Okay.
Exactly. So people, let's just not blindly follow these people. Yes, he has a good heart, but it's the people in the circle that will determine what happens. If he gives orders, they may disobey and do the other another thing. So for us to get our freedom, sorry for holding you up too long. For us to get our freedom, we have to be the ones to fight. Yes. All hell Biafra, all hell Oduduwa.
All hail Biafra, all hail Oduduwa. Stay safe, bro. Okay, you have a very good one. Here is another caller, and I believe it is the Prince. Prince
Yes, so
how are
praise
you,
day here, man. Yeah, my good general.
The Prince
It's Picaro my
representing
IPOB for life, Baba.
That's him. How are you
Well
today?
done, oh, well done. I'm fine, oh, are you?
I'm very well, man. Thank you so much. Please.
Yeah, respect to Temple of Truth. Oh, I greet everyone in the house.
Greet you too.
Baba, tonight hot you hot extra. This one a Parador extra.
You get because it may be the last one, right?
Oh,
it may be the last one before they will come back and say, "How dare you talk like that?" And you know what I mean. So that at least I will be satisfied that I did my best. I did justice to the subject.
You poured it out. Yes, yes, I like that.
Thank you very much. I like that. Please.
Well done, Baba.
Thank you.
Yes, irreparable damages. Now we still there on top. You know, you see, Baba, I don't know whether they do others the way they do me. Okay. You see, when I see this guy, when I see this irreparable damages on TV like this, I they see and get a parade. I go to wonder, say, waiting hit Nigeria, waiting happened to Nigeria. You understand? This one is more than bondage. I don't even see him as I just see her like one kind talk the waka. I don't see her like president. I don't know whether they do others the way they do me. You understand? Because I cannot imagine
like the kind criminal. Somebody will be like a Gulubu criminal. That if they actually tell us who him be, go, a lot of people will be like, what? How come we didn't know this?
Baba, make I tell you, if you see that country, where that country go finally come down like 25-story building where no get a foundation, we go know wetin happen. You know, so on his way to the top, to the pinnacle, Funshaw William was brought down. You understand? We go see that. We go still know. Time go come. We go still know wetin happen that side. Mayegu. We thank God that you see it will not everything they cannot hide it forever. You see, there's nothing hidden under the sun. That thing that he went to before election went to prevent that people will not see those evil that happen. You know now that Trump is there now. It's coming out gradually. This man sponsored the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu for him to become president. That's why he's not talking anything about Nnamdi Kanu. But I'm telling you, Mayegu, you see, Tinubu is gonna crash with it. It's gonna be the greatest disgrace that the world have ever seen. I'm telling you, that's the way I'm looking at it, and it's gonna happen. You know, because nobody can manage this thing that we are seeing. This kind of destruction, this kind of
stuff. They argued it in America that they must not release his file. That is going to cause an irreparable damages to him. And people were like, what do you mean? Like, what irreparable damages? That's something that we should share you get.
That's so now, Baba. That's why I started this by saying irreparable damages, so that people go still remember. You see, Baba, secondly is about this bondage. Another bondage is in Nigeria is this Dangote. Every time they are in the news, why must it be one man, one Fulani man that we own refinery in Nigeria? The whole refinery of a country is not working. The whole country is at mercy of one Fulani man. Why must it be like that? We have been talking about this monopoly. Now, the only thing that makes the country to move in every area is only one Fulani man, Dangote, that is controlling it. And Nigeria is playing with the life of the citizens. They are going to buy from him. Him is going to buy from Nigeria. How much they are going to sell in Naira. You know, Dangote is another bondage on the whole Nigeria. Until Nigeria understand what they happen to them. Because You see this one where they talk say Kalawash, all this new terrorists, my Kakurawas, I wish they I know their name. Their name no they agree pronounce. Yeah. Mayegu.
Yeah.
You know say you they used to tell us here say everything that happen for Nigeria is deliberate. There's nothing that happen.
It's all intentional. Nothing they happen by coincidence or accident.
Mayegu, something is cooking. Something very, very bad is cooking. And people that are thinking of to make Nigeria work, they go take their head carry out. That the TY Danjuma say, go and defend your own territory. If you are waiting for Nigerian army, Nigerian police to defend you, you will all die one by one. How they want to explain it to some foolish people that think that one Nigeria, we're going to make Nigeria work. That man, the country is not doing it the way that he should do it. Is it this game that they are playing with the people's life? That is what you will join them. If you can't beat them, you join them to be destroying people's life. That is the best. That man, they kind of don't know how the way to do it. But at the end of the day, you know, everything will come to clear for everybody eye.
Come to the open.
Yes, everybody eye will clear.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Baba. Okay. Let me take another one as well. We have here Peter, I believe. Hello.
Hello, my General.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good evening. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Let me turn down my volume. What's going on?
How's it going, man?
Fine. This is Mr. Z here.
That's Mr. Z from
Lagos.
As usual. How is Lagos this evening?
Lagos just day hot, man. Nothing they happen for here, man. Nothing they happen.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Okay, please.
Yes, so Emma Binu, but I want to say something there.
Right.
I don't finally agree to this. Say, Yoruba people get the highest tax. What Tinubu is doing to the whole country, where everybody no fit talk. Even people that are hungry, some of these loyalists that are actually hungry, their businesses are dying. They are still in support of him. I don't know what kind of juju that one is. We cannot go. We cannot even walk out and protest. Media cannot see what is happening. Look at this CIA file that revelation that just came out today. Just watch how quiet tomorrow. No media house will carry it.
You get?
Do you know how dangerous this is?
They will try as we are here now. This evening, they are doing their WhatsApp meeting. Tomorrow, you go they hear the pastors, all of them. They go they still talk about to obey this, obey that, and all of that to keep this whole thing like inconsequential. No media house will deliberate on it. None of them.
And it is something of national security to us. This man can be giving those
is an asset and is in the open.
He can be giving them 5 vessels every week of our oil to be taken at a certain that kind of ridiculous prices.
Nobody will question now, even if it comes
that to the those kind of ridiculous prices. Niger people used to buy what did they call it? I've forgotten that the natural resource that they used to sell to France. That ridiculous kind of price, like 1/10 of the value.
I will remember, Sha. You get the one they always use for they said it's used for atomic reactor and all of that stuff.
Beautiful, yes.
Ridiculous price.
He might have given them that kind of transaction. I give you 5 vessels at so price, pay it into my so account, his own personal asset. You know, I hear that Aso Rock itself is a very dark place, very very dark place. That when you enter there as a spiritual person, if you could not say something, did this place where you're not supposed to.
We don't normal.
We don't normal. Even that Baba will die. That's Lagbaja. I hear it's part of the thing we kill him. I'll just be quiet here because I don't have this allegedly what part of that darkness that's hurting. You know, you don't put your hand in it. Nonsense. All those people still say one Nigeria. So they are looking at one Nigeria now and they're prepared to go to another election where Mahmoud is still in charge. Sure, then Mahmoud is still in charge. You saw what happened there, though. Mahmoud has said he has shown us for Odo this week, and you're still going to see magic happen this week, and you're still waiting for another election. Just the jazz I'm telling you about. Everybody's blindfolded. Suffering in the land here, Lagos and Mayego. Suffering is unbearable. God. Suffering is unbearable.
Like it is so physical that nobody feel hide down.
There you go. People that are doing restaurant don't have lights. So food stuff that you bought, you must put it in the freezer and you must run generator. How much are you going to charge people to eat? That generator, you know the price of petrol. That's basically what I was going to. The price of petrol to run that generator overnight will be at least 15,000 just overnight.
Every day.
Every day? No light. Then your customers come, they can't be sweating to eat in a decent restaurant. I don't know if I told you when I went to my barber's place the other day. He said they've not had light for 10 days. That 10 days he has bought petrol worth 180,000 naira. Jesus. The man that comes to do a job for him comes every day that he has not been able to pay his job for his worker's salary in the month. 10 days have gone. 180,000. How much is he barbing hair and his girl splitting hair? But business must continue. That's what they go cost. All of us go cost us. Nobody can do anything. Why you go let somebody else call, Gary?
Thank you so much, Mr. Zil. You've done well. Thank you. Yeah, I know that we have a lot of suffering and smiling people out there, especially those ones who I don't think it's just to start with. Okay, number one, majority of our people are very selfish. I'm talking about real selfishness. Some are hoping that they will likely still benefit. They are waiting. Okay. So with the hope that it will kind of reach them one day, someday. And, they cannot truncate that patience. So the patience is that maybe one day they will come around and share money or give them something. That's why a lot of them will not really go out there and condemn him. I don't think it's just. It is mostly selfishness. Just know that a lot of people that are suffering, they have other people that they are suffering and they are not really going out there to fight. Other people are paying their bills. But when those who are paying their bills also becomes very poor, that they can't pay them anymore, we'll see how everybody is going to cope. There are still those of you in Nigeria who are still collecting money from abroad. People are still offsetting your bills. So you will complain, but somebody is going to still give you money. When those people are unable to give you money from abroad anymore, you will see Venezuela will be a child's play. This is Prince Adebayo from Sweden. The Prince.
Hey, my king.
The Prince.
My king.
How are you this
evening? You're too much. My king, I'm good. My king. Yesterday I was saying something about the devil. And today you just exposed that devil again. And then I understand that, okay, you're on point, You see, anybody in the whole of that country that is coming to bring change, that does not recognize the fact that we are fighting not just local traitors and saboteurs, but the foreign overlords, is not ready to fight the problem. Baba, you have exposed everything today. There's something I just want us to know. The solution lies in three places. One, as we are fighting to redeem our country or our space. I will not say our country because the name itself is not our own country making.
Because inside it is our own nations. Remember?
Our own nations, exactly.
Our nations are trapped inside this fake
country. Trapped inside this contraption. Yes, exactly.
So there's no way we can say it's not our country per se. We are trapped in our nations. Yes. Our different nations are trapped within.
Are trapped inside. Yes. Thank you.
God bless
so as we are fighting to free ourselves from this shackle, we must understand that the people we are fighting are not just the ones we are seeing, but the ones outside whose interest is holding us in this shackle. Now, some people are saying Donald Trump has come and then he might likely expose who Tinubu is. But let us not forget that no matter who comes in, it is not for justice for the world. No matter who comes in America, is there for the interest of America. So if it is in their interest not to expose Tinubu, but they will keep it quiet. You understand? Because Donald Trump, yes, he has a chip on his shoulder. He has some axe to grind with the intelligence. Yeah, with the establishment. Yes, but don't also forget that he also has a commitment, because the reason why they voted him this time around was because of what he did before, which is he improved the lot of the common man economically, especially the black people.
Yep.
They saw the statistics. So if keeping Nigeria down will improve the economy, you know, will leave us there.
Because same guy actually collected nearly 500 million from Bokwari
for Tucano Jet,
and he sold them weapons and all that stuff, despite
Bokwari's
record.
Yes.
So yeah, I kind of agree with you in that regard.
Yes, yes. But you know, the person who's in charge of that case now, that judge, is a Democrat. He's a Democrat. But the chance we have is, if the guy brings makes his judgment, they can still file an appeal, and the appeal might fall in the laps of a Republican judge, because Donald Trump is now in charge, and his Congress, both lower and upper house, they are dominated by
the Republicans now.
Republicans, yeah. So a lot of twists might happen, but still we don't know, because this CIA.
Another thing too, Prince. Another thing that we should also be concerned about is that even when they release all of this, right, on our part, are we actually ready to use that and react?
But that's where I'm going to.
Things have been exposed about this man. There are people just
kind of where I'm going to.
So look
exactly. That's where I'm going to.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where I'm going to. Now, who are the people that will react? That the reaction will make sense to the international community. Because not just reaction now, but who are the people who are going to react? It is now that we are supposed to be forming those coalitions of the who is who in the different nations in that trap. That coalition must be formed now before Trump solidify his base. They know who to listen to. Those coalitions are the people who are going to lobby. And then when you are lobbying, you must have one thing. That's the exposition you just made today. When you are lobbying, you must have one thing in mind. Otherwise, you will enter into the same trap that Mandela entered. You know that Mandela was like Nnamdi Kanu before he entered. But when he came outside, it was a different Mandela. He now negotiated a peace that gave most of the resources, 80% of the resources to the Oppenheimers and you see, they are still fighting that today. Yeah. But he brought democracy. And that is what's going to happen to Nnamdi Kanu. He cannot come out the same. Otherwise, he will get here. Somebody that Mandela was there 27 years, won't send anybody. They don't send that. You understand me? The same thing. We just pray. But the same thing, as Nnamdi Kanu enter with all his energy, he will come out in a negotiated term. Otherwise, I want Europe at America, they don't send anybody. That man can get there for 100 years. You understand? So as we are negotiating now, we should understand that we must give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Otherwise, you cannot free yourself from this contraption. That means all their investment, they will hold it.
It's always about their interest, you mean?
It's always about their interest, Baba. So today you just expose that thing, and at least I want you to be knocking it on the head of anybody that wants change in Nigeria. So remember, the problem is not local. If it is locally, one must will decide who will lead us. But the problem is international. But another way, but that one will cause war and continue. You don't hear malaria when they get treatment like the Congo way. Now, if we go carry our hand now, put for the hand of Russia now, come inside. They go fight that world war for inside Nigeria. And it will be permanent. Congo has been in it for how many years now? You never stop.
Very much, Baba. Let me take another one again, as usual, okay? So we do it chap, and see as many contributions as possible. Thank you.
Okay, Baba.
Stay safe, man. That's Prince Adebayo there from Sweden. And I think we have the first lady caller this evening. And here we have Charm. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening, Marigo.
Oh, good evening, Mama. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I just had to call in because today's today's podcast was a banger. Honestly, I feel like if there are people still out there deluded that we have a country, you see, after today's exposition that you made,